All right, day 4 of the C1x Report covering round 4 of the World Championships. Yesterday we covered Timu Talkinen's round. Still probably butchering that name as the last cash spot. Thought that would be interesting. We're entering a new round today. You know the drill. We're going to put it into C1X. Check out the stats. Give them a little grade at the end. As always, we're going to check our assessment yesterday on Timu's round. So Timu was at last cash. I think I gave him a sell rating. I think he had a pretty tough finish to the round. Dropped down a little bit more today. It does look like he barely advanced to the final round, which is great. And having watched the Jomez coverage from first round, just because I'm seeing it pop up, Garrett Gerthy, didn't he? Yeah, he started off absolutely shredding the first round. I think at one point he was pretty close to the leader. But he struggled the last 3 rounds. That's a bummer. But yeah, so Timu struggling a little bit, but does get to advance to the final day, it looks like, which is pretty cool. For our recap today, the goal is to pick someone who may not quite be in the lead, but on moving day was really pushing to get up there with a chance to win in that last round, and didn't make it very hard on me to pick today. AB shot an absolute shredder of a round again. It is crazy that a 15 down at the Beast is getting an 1100 rated round, but Ezra's 14 under at the Monster is not. I don't know what's going on there, but that is criminal. 15 down at the Beast is still shredding. 15 down with a bogey. That being said. So, making it easy. AB's got a couple strokes to make up, but he definitely made a move on moving day. So, we're going to cover AB's round in C1X today. Do the usual here. Let's slide this over a little bit. Throw up C1X. And let's get to entering. So, once again, we've already got the Beast in the app from our coverage of round 1. So we'll go to the Beast. We saw a 5 down from Vino on the Beast at that round 1. So that's why the best is showing 5 under there. Hit confirm on start hole 1. Let's enter the round. So it looks like AB got a circle 2 putt on hole 1. Wasn't quite able to connect to the drive into circle 2, and then had a tap in for par. Hole 2, yeah, with all the birdies, this is probably going to be a pretty easy round to score. But hole 2, threw it to 16 feet, made the putt for birdie. Hole 3, yeah, greens is parked for the eagle. That's ridiculous. So he threw his drive in the fairway going for that second landing zone, I presume, and then threw his second shot to 49 feet and made the eagle putt. 3 down, 3-3. Crazy. Hole 4, looks like he threw his drive into the rough. I don't think that's super hard to do on hole 4, but was able to scramble to 26 feet and make the putt for birdie. Hole 5, he absolutely parked it for birdie. Hole 6, drive landed at 16 feet in the basket for birdie. Hole 7, threw it in the fairway, threw his upshot to 16 feet, tap in for birdie. One thing I do want to put into C1X is I feel like, you always, maybe it's the way that the volunteer scoring is set up on PDGA Live or on UDisc, but you always end up with he had so many putts from 16 feet, whereas that may not actually be accurate. I'd like to have a simple way for people to actually log what distances the putts were from the player's point of view too, not the volunteers, which is hard to do. They're doing the best they can. Hole 8, made another circle 2 putt, threw his drive to 49 feet, made the circle 2 putt for birdie. Hole 9, drive to 26 feet in the basket for birdie. Hole 10 on the fairway, drive to 26 or upshot to 26 feet in the basket for birdie. So he's perfect through 14. That's crazy. And 15 is brutal. That's an incredibly hard hole. He might have been close to staying in bounds in that second landing area where the basket sits, but that's a crazy round. Hole 11, another circle 2 putt, another shot to 49 feet in the basket for birdie. Hole 12 in the fairway, and upshot to 6 feet for the tap-in birdie. Hole 13, drive in the fairway, upshot to 26 feet, and in the basket for birdie. Hole 14, another circle 2 putt. Not overly surprising, I guess. AB has been pretty ridiculous from circle 2 as of late. Hole 15, penalty drive, which is super easy to do if you're going for that second landing area. I will presume that he was probably pitching up from the fairway then. Through his third to 16 feet and tapped in for the unfortunate bogey. But great bounce back on 16 and 17, two other holes that are not easy, and AB having the obvious struggle on hole 16 a couple years ago. It's got to feel good to throw a nice drive and then put that one under the basket for a tap-in birdie. And then 17 into circle 1 at 16 feet. I'm sure we'll get to see it on coverage. Coverage is probably already out for this. Maybe not quite yet. I wonder if he just rips a forehand hyzer on 17. I bet he does. All right, and then hole 18 in the fairway into circle 2. Did miss the circle 2 bid. Probably may not even have been a bid. He may have just laid that up. But up to circle 1 for the drop-in par. 15 under. Absolutely absurd. So let's hit finish round. Let's check it out. We got an eagle in there. Crazy. Circle 2 percentage, 67%. 100% C1x putting. And circle 2 in regulation 94% of the time. I mean, it's not hard to look at a course like the Beast and see how that happens, but it's still a crazy stat line. It's still not an easy course. Maybe slightly easier just by Pro Tour standards, but literally perfect through 14 holes. That's definitely making a move at the World Championships. Because now, at least, even though Gannon has a couple strokes on him, they can both go into this round thinking that if Gannon just shoots his 10 down again, which is still a good round, and if AB can do this again, AB wins. You can at least think that, all right, I've shot that round once, and if I shoot that round again, I'm probably going home world champion. So this is crazy. Even with the penalty stroke, he shot that 15 under, a 4+4 circle 2 bonus. Crazy. Made 4 more circle 2 putts than he missed circle 1 putts, and he didn't miss a single circle 1 putt, so he just made 4 circle 2 putts. But that's gaining massive strokes on the putting green. Ridiculous. 13 birdies in a row. 14 holes in a row. Bogey free. Absolutely crazy. All right. We'll do the usual now. Go update our recap here. Can I get the caps lock to work? There we go. All right. AB with the absolute scorcher here. Neg 15, a 48. Ridiculous. What was that rating? 1105. Shoot. That's a moving day. Lots of 11 rated 100 rounds. I feel like there's been a ton lately. And rightfully so. I mean, the rounds are ridiculous, but the field is getting so good. 67%. We're absolutely showing that one at the top from circle 2. C2 putting. 67%. Circle 2 in regulation. I think showing those two stats together is pretty accurate picture of how this round went. 94%. If you're in circle 2 94% of the time, with undoubtedly a lot of those being in circle 1 as well, and you're putting almost 70% from circle 2, it's going to get the job done most days. One more stat here. What do we want to pick? Maybe just the birdie frequency. 78% birdies plus an eagle. we could probably just do the math here. So he's 89% between birdies and pars. So there's 11% remaining. 5.5% is going to be eagles. The math isn't going to quite come out there, but that's pretty close. So we could go here, under par. Under par holes, and that's going to be roughly 84%. All right, we can even break out the calculator here. Not a stat I have in C1x yet, but 1 hole out of 18. Yep, it's going to be roughly 5.5%. So I'll stick with my 84%. That's going to be pretty spot on there. With 14 birdies. We can double check here. 15, 83%. All right, we'll drop it down 1. Off by a point there. Under par, 83% of the holes, a little over 83%. That is a crazy round. Absolutely crazy. Let's take our screenshot there. Throw our graphic in. I'm going to make an effort to not at least spoil the last round of Worlds for me. So I will be waiting to upload the round 5 video, which I intend to do for the winning round, until after I've been able to watch coverage. So we'll hopefully not wait too long to get that sent out. But yeah, it's the World Championships. I gotta enjoy the last round at least. So crazy round, absolutely crazy. AB is certainly getting a buy rating here. Not a hard decision to make. We're getting the buy rating, round 4, and then let's see what the stats give him here. So once again, not showing the grade yet in C1x, but we do have our button here that's going to put it up. It'll drop the grade down below. Surprisingly, that gets a 10.0. Not surprisingly at all. Putting grade 5.0, of course. 100% C1x putting, 67% from Circle 2. You're not going to do better than that. Like, if anything you do better than that is bonus. He's already in the bonus area right now. So absolutely perfect on putting. Driving grade was perfect, even with the 1 penalty stroke. The eagle more than makes up for that. Birding 13 holes in a row. You're throwing the disc well. So getting the 10.0, first 10.0 score we've had. I don't think Ezra's was even 10.0, but I think he had a slightly worse putting day than Navy. He was just throwing the disc ridiculously, especially for the monster. 10.0. That's crazy. I feel like I got to add a line here that just says perfect. Right? I mean, that just... don't get better than that. Ridiculous. Ridiculous round. So that's going to be our thumbnail for the video. Giving AB the buy rating, you shoot 15 down going into the last day. And you're playing the same course. Odds look pretty good. He's been there before, been in that scenario, and really probably the favorite to win it in the scenario where he was competing for the win, and just hole 16 got him. That's it. He's already been through that once. I think he can overcome it tomorrow. It's going to be exciting to watch. But yeah, AB with the absolute shredder of a round 4. That's our thumbnail. This will go up on the C1x Instagram, as usual. And that's a pretty fun round to look at. Pretty good stat line there. So we'll call it there for this video. This will go up shortly. And yeah, we'll see you for the C1x Report Day 5 of the World Championships once I've had a chance to not spoil it for myself. So be a little after the fact, but that's okay. So as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.